The future of cars is the focus this week on the CBS Evening News with Nora O'Donnell. Correspondent Kris Cleave will be reporting each day beginning tonight with a piece from Phoenix.
Kris is here to tell us more about Waymo. That is Google's autonomous rideshare service. Hi, Kris.
Hi, Kris.
You know, Waymo is really seen as at the forefront of self-driving technology. They actually have a service that works a bit like Uber, where you have an app and you call it and a car shows up here in the Phoenix area with no driver on board. They just recently expanded it to more of the Phoenix metro area. We're going to meet some very unusual first adopters tonight on the CBS Evening News. A very interesting pair of octogenarians who are very excited about this self-driving technology. It is also available in San Francisco, in a small part of San Francisco, and LA is next. Of course, one of the big challenges for self-driving vehicles are inclement weather conditions, like what you guys see in the Madison area in the wintertime. So for some regions, like here in the Phoenix area, self-driving cars are becoming a kind of a common sight. In other parts of the country, it could still be years before the future of cars brings AVs to your neck of the woods. But it is certainly an interesting experience if you've never been in a car without a driver to watch the wheel turn and no one in the front seat.
Yeah, you were brave enough to try it. How did it go?
You know, it actually, you very quickly could forget that there's no one driving the car. You know, one real quick bonus that you notice right away is there's no sort of awkward small talk with a ride-sharing driver, and you don't have to tip. But it is different. They do behave a little differently than a normal driver. The routing was not necessarily the way that I would have taken, for example. And you know, sometimes they're gonna maybe feel a little timid compared to how a human driver would be. But I didn't experience anything in our rides that felt unsafe. A little different sometimes, but not unsafe.
Now, self-driving cars is one of the ways your team is looking at it for the future of cars. What else is coming down the road?
Well, you know, we're going to look at some concerns that are coming out of electric vehicles as they get bigger and heavier. Safety advocates are worried about that extra weight, in some cases 9,000 plus pounds in a vehicle, should it be in a collision with a smaller car. So we're going to dive into that on Tuesday. On Wednesday, we're looking at charging. You know, there's this concept of range anxiety that can work. That's really one of the big headwinds to getting people to adopt electric vehicles, like the ones behind us here that are charging. So we're gonna dive into charging and where it is, where it isn't, because there are some charging deserts here in the U.S. Thursday, we're looking at a trial program in New York City where the NYPD is seeing if EVs can hold up to the rigors of patrol in the Big Apple. That's a kind of a fun ride along as well. And then on Friday, we go behind the dashboard, which is becoming a series of screens, and that's driving car makers to recruit video game producers to make the displays and the interactions something more intuitive than perhaps your old dial dashboard.
A busy week coming up. Looking forward to all your reports, Kris. Thanks for being with us today.
Thank you, guys.